All right. So I know we're supposed to be putting our options into the Discord, but I figured I would give everybody a little video so they could get a good look at these tracks if they don't want to go do them themselves. I mean, obviously you should. I think you should go look at all these authors. Look at their tracks. Do your own informed opinions. But on the off chance you're too lazy or you want some more explanation as to why people think these tracks are bad, I'm making this video for that. So Akane put 5 tracks that we need to pick from to be removed. I'm obviously biased because I made Spike Mouse go Zoom, but I'm going to show it anyways, and I'm going to show you its flaws and show you the other tracks and show you their flaws, and so people can make an educated choice on what tracks they should do. We're going to start off though with, I believe, Spaghetti Rush, because that's what I'm already on, and I'm already having trouble with it. And honestly, it technically can't be allowed, specifically because it doesn't stay above 150 for the speed for like the majority of the track. So it technically doesn't work, which is unfortunate. So that's like a for sure one that needs to be removed. There's no doubt about it. Like, you don't even need a vote. It can't be in the list. On top of it, you just constantly fall out of it, ironically. Even though you're not going super fast, you just fall out of it all the time. I think it's the whole zero gravity thing. I don't remember if the flying was one of the rules or not, but it's kind of got the zero gravity flying thing going on. You just can't. Oh, okay. We made it. I don't know if that was how we were supposed to do it or not, but I kind of just floated around aimlessly in the air there for a little bit. I think that wasn't how we were supposed to do it. I think I've just gone backwards. I don't know. I can't tell. Also, it kind of doesn't help that it's first person. Yeah, I think we've just gone backwards, actually. I'm not sure. Have we? Yeah, we've gone backwards. Yeah, so uh, unfortunately, if you need any more reason as to why we can't be doing this one, I Lord help you, but yeah, this is a no track for me. I'm immediately moving on from this because yeah, no, it's not happening. Let's do my track. The one big issue I think people are going to find with my track is the corkscrews, if that's what you'd call them. There's 2 major corkscrews in the entire thing, and those are, I think, the hardest part of the whole track. This was obviously modeled after Sonic the Hedgehog. I tried to keep it above 150 for almost the whole thing. Some of the other complaints I've heard is that there's too many wall rides, which, I mean, not exactly. So these things are probably the hardest part of the track right there. The loop-de-loops are okay. It's just a loop-de-loop. Nothing too special. I've heard the wall rides are pretty bad. I don't know if they meant that wall ride or if they meant the first wall ride area. I could have lightened up the hands up signs because I made them blue and red, and in hindsight that's horrible for reading black font, but it's not the worst. And obviously I've had practice at this. It's like I said, it's still not too hard. It's pretty much straightaways for like the most of it, so it's not horrible. Boom. There you go. 123. My author time was 120 because if you happen to screw up any of these jumps and you, like, let's say you land on this kind of funky, you'll start off on this little wall ride area a little bit slow, and so when you come up here you'll actually land before this corkscrew, so I extended this path out so you can land on it, and it's got boosters on it. So if you actually screw this up and you go a little bit slower, you'll end up with a faster time, but you can do either of these either way. You'll still make it through the ring. I just kind of designed it that way. But that's my mouse go zoom. I can do that one shot, not an issue. Like I said, obviously I'm biased because I made the map and it's like my little child, but I still think it's worthy of going in. One of the only real issues I've seen is sometimes people do hands up for too long. Like they'll do hands up through this whole jump, and hands up will actually slow you down if you're not traveling at the right speed. So sometimes you'll come up short of this jump, but I designed it so that you can only see the arms up sign until you need to start doing arms up. So hopefully that'll help out, but if not, I think you can get it on like the second or third try, and 7 minutes will be definitely enough to do that. I've still got 5 minutes, and I've been talking about it for a while now. Other than that, there's two first-person view spots. There's a first-person view here, because I found first-person actually was helpful when doing the corkscrews. There's one down below, and I just realized I didn't paint this right. Oh my goodness, that's so embarrassing. And then obviously there's a first-person view here for this corkscrew. I decided to leave it on just so you get the feel of one loop-to-loop. But after that, you go back to third person. The rest of it's in third person, so it's a pretty simple, straightforward track. Not too much that's controversial. We'll run it again real quick to see if I can screw it up on purpose. But I obviously am going to be biased in saying that I think that this track deserves to stay. Ah, see? I screwed it up. If you enter those corkscrew pieces on the right side, and I learned this, and I'm not gonna like say this is Unique's fault, but I would love to have corkscrew pieces that don't come up or down from one side or the other. They just kind of like start off flat, because you'll notice this side it dips down a little bit. So if you go like anywhere from center left to center, you'll make it, but anywhere on the edges, you just won't make it. But like I said, that's something you can pick up like in 1 or 2 tries if you trial and error. And I specifically put the first one at the very beginning so that you'll have extra time to like screw around and try it out. But yeah, you just hit it like sort of in the center and you're basically good to go. I would absolutely not put this at the very end of the track so that you end up getting through the whole track and then that be the thing that kills you, because you would completely waste your time. So I put all the really difficult stuff at the beginning, just for the purpose of people being able to get it right eventually and not be able to finish, because DNFs are not fun. But here's the second corkscrew. Alright, now I'm purposely going to show you. I'll do hands up the whole time. Yeah, so that would screw you up. But you don't see the hands up sign until later, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Let's look at the other ones. Let's see. Quantum backflip. Okay. Let's have a look at this. This one I've had trouble with because there's no signage, and so they don't tell you at all whether or not you're supposed to put your hands up. And I mean, you'll learn it after like the first time of doing every jump, whether or not you have to put your hands up. But it just gets annoying. So like for this first jump, if you don't do hands up, you just won't make the jump at all. There's no there's no forgiveness about these jumps. You have to absolutely ace it, otherwise you just won't make it. So this time I'll do hands up. Here you go. Hands up for this one too, otherwise you won't make it. You have to do hands up for this, but even sometimes you won't make it anyways. Like that. Like, this map is so tightly put together that it's almost RNG of whether or not you make it. Which is a little disappointing. Although they do keep above the 150, so like they qualify for that. Yeah, you just can't make this sometimes. I haven't figured out what to do here. I made it, the first time I ever played this map, I made it past that, and there's a big funnel right above you that you have to go into, but I can't seem to replicate it anymore. Or at least I haven't been able to before starting this video. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, no, see, I can't replicate it. I don't know. So for me, this is a no. But the hardest part so far is at the beginning. So if you're gonna, take the same argument that I did with Spike Mouse Go Zoom and say, you put the hardest part at the beginning, so you should be able to figure it out. True. See, there we go. Okay. Okay, now if you did hands up here, you'd be screwed. But if you don't do hands up here, you're also screwed. The issue being that if you don't make it straight through that funnel to the other side, you obviously die. And then the issue with hands up through that is if you do make it straight through the funnel to the other side and you do hands up, then you're going to have issues because the track on the opposite side is upside down. So they expect you to continue your trajectory from being upside down as if you didn't put hands up. So it's kind of controversial. I don't know. Not like politically, obviously, or anything like that, but it's controversial in that they don't explain anything. There's no signage at all. The most signage you get at all is the signs on the side of the shipping containers. Okay, here we go. Yeah, see, I'm just not going to make this now. Yeah. So, quantum backflip, obviously, for me, is a no-go. I just can't seem to do it. Yeah. I don't know. So, we'll get off of this. Enough of quantum backflip. Life is a Highway, I actually didn't have too much of an issue with, except for that they seem to make it a little too fast for the entire race. Like, my one note for Life is a Highway is that, like, you were supposed to stay above the 150, which they did, but they stayed above that for, like, everything, including the crucial parts where you need to be just a little bit slower. So, it makes it a little bit rough. Let's try this again. Let's try this with a better run. I don't feel like I'm showcasing the map too well if I do this wrong. Life is a Highway is not actually as bad as I think people think it is. See? There we go. That's not that bad. Hands up here, although you probably don't need it. You'll land nicely. Start your turn, you'll make this. Go center in here so you kind of level when you enter and exit. Or at least try to. Take your turn wide. Start turning early, and there you go. Not so bad. Not so bad at all. We'll do it again. See if I can get a better time. This will be my second time racing this track, like, officially. The first time I did it, I just did one run of it, and I didn't make it. I made it, like, into that first bit of the tunnel. And then I was like, alright, like, this can't be that bad. So, the fact that I was technically able to make it on my third try... Okay, so I guess this is my fourth, because I started, like, 30 seconds in on that last time, and then I said I would redo it. So technically this is my fourth. Fifth now. Yeah, it's like I actually already got a time, so it can't be that bad. The other ones I just wasn't able to get a time at all. I feel like you have to slow down in order to make that. Oh, I'm missing a wheel. I also got to say I'm not a huge fan of the super long air jumps over long distances that you can accidentally make like way too wide of a turn on. But this creator at least accompanied for that, and he made it, or she made it, I I think Adrian. Adrian's probably a guy. He made the road you land on extra wide, just in case you happen to go left or right. So it's still not the worst thing in the world if you end up going left or right. See, like, he made it like... Oh, I'm gonna land on this car. Oh, I made it. Nope. Didn't make it. But yeah, life has a highway. It's not as horrible as people think. And if you absolutely need to, you can even slow down. Like, it's not gonna kill you to slow down. If you slow down a tiny bit, it'll help you out. Oh boy. Yeah, life is a highway. Not horrible. Not horrible. That one, like, I am like happy to keep. And then Fwog Speed. Fwog Speed was one I kind of have qualms with. I don't like the glass floor on like the clear sky. It visually hurts, I guess, or it's visually disturbing. So far, there's only one part of the track that I can't actually do, and I can't get past. Like, the whole track itself is okay. This part. I can almost never get onto this wall ride. You try and hit it, and you just die. It's like, it's such a small threshold that they give you to do a wall ride, and you either end up hitting the front face of it, or I sometimes think there's an invisible block there that I'm actually hitting. I don't know, but the times that I get up onto the flat area and I have time to like be straight before you enter it, I also don't make it. So on those times, I just get too frustrated and I don't want to continue. Okay, made this. Straighten out. Bubble. This is as far as I've ever made it. This is all new territory for me. Okay, I don't know. I don't like that. It's not horrible. I didn't realize those bowling pins would move, but I guess now that I do, we'll try it again. Yep, okay. So if you don't hit that bubble right, you're just not going to make it, which is unfortunate. I wish they just made that a flat ramp, but creative liberties, I guess. We'll chalk it up to creative liberties. Come on! Nope. Yeah, it's just... This is one of the ones where I just don't think I could do it. Okay. Oh. There's just too much variability in this one. like I'm not willing to give up on it because I want to like give it a fair run, you know? I'm not just gonna say like it's a bad track. Like I'm gonna give it a fair chance. Especially because this is the track that I saw come online a couple of times, like in public lobbies, and people tried to play it, and I never beat it. But I did see people get times with it, so like I know it's doable. Okay, so if I just take out these bowling pins, am I going to be okay? Yeah, I think I'm going to be okay. Okay. That's not horrible. So, let's go over, like a final review of, where I would put all of these. Let me pick a different level to... let's go on Life is a Highway. Real quick. So I can just review these tracks. I'm going to rank them in order of how badly I feel they need to be removed. Just so we can get the full scale here. Okay. This is perfectly good for our purposes. So, as far as what I think needs to go, I'm going to say I'm going to put them in this order, I think. These are kind of a tie. I think mine is very much doable if you give it more than like 3 tries. Life is a Highway as well. If you just sit down for more than 3 minutes, I think you can do it. Fwog Speed, yeah, if you can get that first wall ride, that really hard like wall ride, then I think you'll be okay. I've had like a lot of trouble with that, and I guess the bubble part too. If you mess up the bubble, you're gonna have to do it again. I really wish that was a ramp piece, but whatever, that was, so be it. Quantum Backflip, I think, absolutely needs to go because it's just too inconsistent. It's almost like there's RNG involved with doing every single run, so it's absolutely a no for me. They don't have any signage. You almost never have never gotten past that funnel bit and landing on that other road, even in like the other times I've played it. Just nope. And then Spaghetti Rush absolutely has to leave because it literally doesn't even follow in the like requirements of being over 150. So it's a no. It's not even like an actual contender. It shouldn't even be on the list. I think these two are a tie. I think they're both like reasonable for that. I think it's just gonna have to be like a vote between everybody, because I think these two are pretty much equally good. I think Fwog Speed is prettier, although there's less to it. That's kind of nice. I think Life is a Highway isn't as pretty, even though it has like the cherry blossom trees and stuff like that. Like it is very pretty, but I think you're focused too much on the road. Like they didn't do enough to make it pretty. They just made a big hill with some trees. Like there's not too much effort in this, which you could also say for the other one for Fwog Speed, but that's like kind of the whole point of Fwog Speed was that there was nothing else on it. So like you could almost say that they did what they wanted to. I feel like this was just like thrown together in a day and they put it on the list. So although it's drivable and doable and it's like easy if you know how to like ride inclined turns properly, like it's kind of boring. So like prettiness, I think Fwog Speed wins. Drivability and playability, I think this one wins. I think you'll get this one a lot better. So again, for the list, drivability, Life is a Highway wins. Prettiness, Fwog Speed wins. But I think they kind of like balance each other out. I'm obviously biased towards mine, so you can have your own opinions on it. But like I said, like I was like there's not too much that's crazy wrong with mine. Like you can screw up those corkscrews at the very beginning a ton of times and still get plenty of time to do it. It's like a 1 minute and 25-second track at most. At most. So, like let's say you got 7 minutes, that's plenty of tries at the very beginning to before you figure out that corkscrew. And it's in first person, so it's not like I'm like sending you to hell and making you do it third person. It's not horrible. Um, but obviously, like I say, I'm biased with that, so it's kind of up to your opinion. Spaghetti Rush absolutely needs to go. It's not even qualifiable. Quantum Backflip, it's undrivable. So I think those two for sure need to go. I think the only two contenders for what needs to leave next are these two. So do with that what you will. Thanks for coming out here, everybody.